For millions of years, Yellowstone was believed to be nothing more than one of Earth's greatest geothermal systems, a restless supervolcano driven by forces deep beneath the planet's crust. But the anomaly hidden below suggested something far older. Something deliberately engineered. The six-member expedition returned to the basin carrying one impossible question. What if Yellowstone had never been entirely natural? Every instrument they deployed pointed toward the same conclusion. The immense geothermal energy beneath the national park was not merely heat escaping from Earth's interior. It was being regulated. Carefully. Precisely. By an intelligence that had vanished millions of years ago. As the investigation continued, the ground itself revealed the entrance. An enormous shaft descended through solid basalt, carved with mathematical precision impossible for any known civilization. The expedition had found another builder installation. Far below the surface, the descent ended inside an underground world unlike anything humanity had ever witnessed. Towering basalt architecture stretched into darkness. Every surface carried microscopic engineering rather than decoration. Nothing had been built for beauty. Everything had been built for purpose. The deeper they traveled, the more obvious that purpose became. Yellowstone was never simply a volcano. It was part of a planetary machine. Ancient builder systems silently awakened around the explorers. Stone walls that had remained dormant for geological ages responded to human presence. Energy flowed once more through conduits embedded within the mountain itself. The installation had been waiting. Waiting for someone to return. At the center of the complex, the builders left their final record. Not a language. Not a warning carved into stone. But memories. Fragments of an extinct civilization preserved inside engineered light. The archive revealed the truth. Long before humanity existed, the builders discovered that Earth occupied a strategically important region of the galaxy. To protect it from an ancient enemy, they constructed planetary safeguards beneath locations where enormous geothermal energy could be harvested naturally. Yellowstone was the largest of them all. The geothermal regulator hidden beneath the mountain powered a structure unlike anything humanity had imagined. The prime portal. Not a gateway for travel, but a planetary safeguard designed to isolate Earth from detection. For millions of years, the portal remained dormant while the geothermal regulator quietly sustained the protective field surrounding the planet. Until now, the regulator was beginning to fail. Its energy balance had become unstable. If nothing changed, the safeguard would collapse on its own. The expedition faced an impossible decision. Leave the ancient machine operating and risk catastrophic failure. Or deliberately disconnect it before it failed uncontrollably. There was no third option. Working together, the team synchronized demolition charges along the builder anchor structures that connected the prime portal to Yellowstone's geothermal network. The objective was never to destroy builder technology. It was to sever its power source. One final systems check. One final confirmation. Then, the charges detonated. The shockwave fractured the ancient containment rings that had remained intact for millions of years. Dust swallowed the chamber. Basalt structures cracked beneath impossible stresses. The prime portal fell silent. For the first time since the builders vanished. Earth's oldest safeguard had been disconnected. Far above the mountain, Yellowstone responded immediately. The geothermal system no longer followed builder regulation. Steam vents erupted across the basin. Geysers shifted unpredictably. The landscape itself began returning to its natural geological state. Deep underground, the expedition had no time to celebrate. The builder complex was dying. Systems that had operated continuously for millions of years shut down one after another. Ancient conduits faded into darkness. Support structures weakened. The explorers abandoned the chamber and raced toward the surface before the mountain sealed its secrets forever. They believed the mission had succeeded. But the builders had anticipated one final possibility. Whenever a planetary safeguard suffered irreversible failure, an emergency transmission was released automatically. Not a weapon. Not an alarm. A beacon. A final builder distress signal intended for any surviving civilization that might still exist. Silently, the transmission rose through the atmosphere. It crossed Earth's orbit. It entered interstellar space. For millions of years, the beacon would have found nothing. The builders were gone. Their civilization had vanished into history. But something else still remained. Far beyond human exploration, an ancient machine drifted through the darkness between the stars. It had spent countless ages listening for one signal. Not because it had been summoned, but because it had never stopped hunting. The builder beacon crossed its sensors. For the first time in millions of years, the Harvester detected proof that another builder installation had existed. Dormant systems slowly awakened. Ancient processors began reconstructing forgotten navigation data. The hunt had not yet begun. But the Harvester now knew. It was no longer alone. The builders had hidden Earth for millions of years. Humanity had finally shut down their last safeguard. But the beacon had already escaped. And somewhere beyond the stars, something ancient had heard it. The hunt had begun.